What's good, y'all? It's Pod.cannion. I'm back for another reaction video we have deleted. I really hate this YouTuber. This is the third What's the Dirt thingy. I heard he was talking trash, so I think it's about time to spin the block on him again. I heard this one was a banger deleted video, so I knew I had to sit back and watch it with y'all, because deleted really been killing the hip-hop media space, and I really love his takes. He's really keeping just the authenticity of hip hop alive by just being able to have them unfiltered opinions without the fear of, oh, I'm gonna be looked at a certain way. No, this is how people should talk about hip hop. We should have these conversations and call out just clear biases and stuff like that. Now, obviously, him being West Coast, he's gonna be Kendrick biased, but he'll still talk about Kendrick when he feels like he's tripping too. So that's just extra respect for him from me, which don't mean shit, but I feel like it needs to be said. So, deleted, I see ya. You gonna come up on 100K, no question, by the end of this year. So, all respect to bro. Go show love if you haven't already. And with that being said, let's get this roast. Or whatever.
This video is for comedy purposes only.
It's
so
cringe,
loosen
right?
up. None of this is factual. Just widely opinionated jokes served extra spicy for your entertainment. It's satire, it's cringe, and it's all good fun. If you're sensitive, overly emotional, or the type to clutch your pearls at the slightest hint of humor, this is your cue to exit. Nah, seriously though,
Leave.
Get out. Save your tears, because they're not welcomed here.
They're still gonna cry in the comments.
Warning. Your local county authorities have issued a civil danger alert.
Nice views. Bay Area TV. When we dropping this? No time?
Be the sucker if I don't pull your car, partner. I practice looking hard.
I can say hello to my little friend like the cha-cha-cha.
Oh yeah. This is about to be a banger. Holy shit. This is about to be a
Like a
banger.
white crowd chop, won't stop clapping.
Every time I hit the city, I get that feeling. And I ain't got a name, drop my respect. I'm to the neck and I'm sliding with
You see where we is, bro? Bro. Showing us culture, bro.
That boy guy.
Just call me a culture vulture.
Just call him a culture vulture.
Matthew. I don't even know what to call this. This isn't a pack out. I done packed him out so many times. I'm
So
already
many
dragging
times it's
him.
belt
This is
to
just,
ass.
I guess this is just a yap session. And the video's too long to be a sig tape. I guess I'm gonna just be ranting for 30 minutes. If y'all don't like satire, click out. Ask me if I care. Go ahead, ask me. Matthew, you done got yourself into some shit. You always getting into something. You could never sit
Always.
down anywhere. What is wrong with you? Why are you always in
We
something?
definitely rolling
You
up
causing
on
all
this.
this drama knowing you soft as hell. You can't handle it. I don't understand this. Like, why do you do this to yourself?
Deleted.
Matthew has not learned. Last time this powder donut decided to stick his nose in something other than Tinkerbell's magic dust is when he decided to go on another YouTuber's live stream to talk real slick about me.
Again.
Came with that
Oh yeah, that was
baggie.
the
What's
first
dirt
one.
came with that baggie? Making fun of others, their physical appearances and how they speak while hiding your own face.
Top five
Making fun of
Troy.
others, their physical appearances and how they speak while hiding your
Top
own
five
face
Troy
and
is
modifying your
a Drake
voice
fan.
is the
You can see
epitome of an insecure
he got a
man.
high with
Pretty
the
much
Drake
the
fans.
definition. Yo, shout out What's the Dirt coming from that bag. He gave me $27 in Canadian money. So that's
Canadian
like
money.
35 US dollars.
Which, honestly, I didn't mind at all. Another excuse for a video to make
course.
jokes. My very first run-in with Maddie was when he decided to let a few prejudiced remarks slip out of his mouth. This is where I insert all those receipts for all the folks that, you know, have selective memory and all that.
Tiger in particular is a well-documented milkman.
Every time they play
who, like
this, I was
Kendrick,
like, bro.
has a past of
I
infidelity.
was like, bro,
I mean,
this nigga's tripping.
Kendrick might just be a milkman, right? A closeted milkman.
I remember listening
That
to
is
the
over.
first time. I was
You
like,
wake
bro,
up
this
and you
is-
don't even know what you done done.
I missed the show. I wish they'd bring it back.
Dude is like Carlton from Fresh Prince, and you're trying to frame this as me being racist.
My family growing up didn't use the N-word. I made a whole video on my channel. I didn't say the N-word for 20 years.
Bro, I can kind of tell. And what's also really clever here is that Drake
What's
is
really
37
clever
years
here-
old, and he says the N-word 37 times on this track. And I believe his reasons for doing this is he's basically saying the word for every year that he's been alive to symbolize that he was
Hip-hop
indeed
media,
born
y'all.
black.
Boy, if you don't...
Although
Hip-hop
Kendrick's
media,
child
y'all.
isn't anywhere near to as light as Drake's, Drake leverages this to subtly accuse Kendrick of hypocrisy. This is Kendrick's reality, right? He does have mixed children, and he does seem to prefer lighter complected women. Kendrick really wants to be with white chicks, right? That's truly what he wants. But because he's Kendrick Lamar, he has to hide it. He's embarrassed to be seen. Because Drake is half black, the other side of his family uses it. Kendrick had to frame those lyrics like he had big plans and messing with thick queens with the weave looking on point. But in reality, he was gripping on a blonde ponytail and balls deep in skinny white ass.
What the fuck is this nigga talking about?
Just call me a culture vulture.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Please.
He would later then go to extreme measures by claiming I was another white YouTuber. Not sure what he was trying to do there exactly.
Right.
What was he trying to prove? I guess just another white line on his mind.
I'm that white guy.
But I love singing. It's a sport. It's fun as fuck.
I don't really know you, bro. I don't really know you at all, and I don't know really what to believe right now at all. And this deleted guy, he's like pretty much tried to destroy my career, right? Like how I feed my family. So I'm taking this very fucking serious, bro, and doing my due diligence. I've submitted vocal recordings of your voice and Deleted's voice to an audio
That shit was so
engineer.
cringe.
And right off rip, bro, he told me he thinks it's the same person.
Literally
but
getting
he could be wrong.
scammed.
I'm about to do an expose saying that two YouTubers are the same, and one of them hit me up and be like, "Yo, we can get on a three-way call." I'm taking that call. I'm recording the screen there. Why would you not take the call,
Literally.
If he can go talk to Deleted and y'all get on a three-way and that'll clear everything up, it's sounding to me like you was so caught on this idea, you didn't want anything tangible evidence that could be against the idea that you're trying. You didn't want it to be that they could possibly be two people.
Yeah,
So
you
I
didn't
had
want your
another
idea to
excuse
get
to
shambled.
drag the snowman himself without seeming like I was doing too much. I didn't come off as a bully because I was able to respond to the dusty nose. So Maddie would wait months before he would start back
Maddie.
up. Both times were unprovoked, by the way. I was minding my own business. And here comes this dust bunny, making jokes he couldn't stand on.
I'm that white guy.
I've dropped
that
2
white
more
guy.
videos since then. His channel's numbers have declined tremendously. Well, it seemed like Maddie didn't learn a damn thing because he ended up doing the exact same shit with another YouTuber by the name of Curtis King.
Really?
What's
Why
up,
are you
dirty
going
boy?
at
I'm finna
Curtis
fire your
King
stupid ass
for?
up.
Curtis's channel is basically
What?
hip hop. He's a hip hop channel that teaches people how to make music, motivational, discuss
Yeah.
hip hop topics. He's done
Curtis
music
King
with artists
solid.
like Kendrick Lamar, Absol, E40. He's paid his dues. So
Yeah.
Curtis pulls up as a guest on the Canadian hip hop channel, and things seem smooth until Matthew's 37 nigga counting ass crawled out of his cave and into the comments, throwing cheap ass jabs and slick jokes, clearly desperate for some kind of
Some
attention.
type of
Matthew
attention,
calling
bro. Like,
Curtis
what?
King a Z-list celebrity just proves he'll never actually get hip-hop. He might understand the flashy surface.
Let's go back
Clearly
at these.
his cave.
Because I
and
know
into the
Balance
comments,
Media, watch
throwing
out for
cheap
40-plus-year-old
jabs and slick
gatekeepers. Z-list producer, not even low enough alphabet letter to categorize as a rapper. Sir, have you rapped? Like,
clearly
hating
desperate
in the
for some kind of
sidelines,
attention.
bro. Like,
Matthew
what the
calling
fuck?
Curtis King a Z-list
Yeah, you gotta get a
celebrity
diss
just
track.
proves he'll never actually get hip-hop. He might understand the
You gotta
flashy
get a diss
surface,
track.
the chains, the
Oh,
clout,
yeah.
the charts, but
Let
not the
that nigga try to
foundation.
talk about
Hip-hop
me. He's
has
getting a
always
diss
been
track.
about the underdog, about the ones grinding from the bottom, not the mainstream puppets that are spoon-fed by labels. But Matthew's too busy chasing views on YouTube to realize that.
I'm that white guy.
And the
that
way
white
he talks
guy.
down to the people who've actually put in work
Like,
outside
literally,
of YouTube,
like,
that's real comical.
going at
This
Curtis
man
King,
really
you're
thinks
dumb.
a few
You're
YouTubers
fucking
make
dumb.
him
That
more
nigga
accomplished
responded
than
to
people
Joey.
like Justin
Like,
Hunt, who's
bro.
built a whole legacy
You're
in hip hop
dumb, bro.
media. Bro, your beef isn't the biggest moment in his career.
No beef.
However, it is the most delusional moment in yours.
That's
Maybe
literally the
it's
start
most
of your
damaging
downfall.
moment. It's hilarious how Matthew
Him coming at the company man was literally the start of his downfall.
brags like
Why
he's
does he
some
not
industry
think? Okay,
kingpin when he's really just a
nigga's
discount
delusional.
version of DJ Academics. For someone who wants to be respected so bad, he sure spends a lot of time proving he's got no clue what respect even look like. Get your head out of the snow. Or is it out of the sand? You know what I mean.
yeah, out the sand.
Get
But
out of the
he's
snow,
fine.
Matthew.
But, yeah.
The audacity to call out people who've worked with artists a decade ago. As if that's something to be ashamed of. Just because it wasn't yesterday, you feel like it don't hold weight. Bruh, that's part of his resume. And it's
Literally.
still a part of hip-hop history.
Come on.
Meanwhile, Matthew's contribution contribution to the culture is what exactly? Stealing other people's work for his breakdowns?
You want to tear my channel down for no reason? Because you're uncomfortable with your own, or you just don't like me, or you're just trying to do this for the clicks? You're more than welcome to hop on my channel and have a conversation. I hope you watch this video and take me up my offer. We could have a conversation. Hey, we could have a bar off. Me and you could break down bars together and see what each other catches. I guarantee you won't beat me, because the content you make is you study people like me, 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 Knox Hill, and other channels who actually have the skills and the talents to break down music, because we actually are musicians. And you make edited work, probably using AI software to fucking make these fucking clips and explain battles weeks after it happened. Weeks after it happened. Weeks after it happened. Weeks after it happened.
I'm that white guy.
And his weird-ass obsession with Kendrick and Whitney.
After he got exposed like this,
I'm not understanding.
We're never getting that
Why is
Grams
his nose
breakdown.
hairs looking like they just did a line dance?
Never.
Allegedly. They over here doing a line dance. His nose hairs doing line dances. Allegedly. See, Matthew doesn't get that. Not everyone needs mainstream fame to be a legend. Just look at Michael Jordan versus the And1 mixtape guys. Jordan obviously is the GOAT, but let's not forget about dudes like Hot Sauce and Ayo from And1. They never touched an NBA championship. They never got drafted, but they were out here doing things on the court that made them legends in their own right. They had people in the streets trying to pull off those ankle-breaking moves, talking about them like they were gods. They didn't need a Nike deal or ESPN to prove they were kings of the black top. So the same shit goes for hip-hop. Plenty of rappers and producers behind the scenes never got to go platinum, but still got respect because they built a legacy that can't be measured by chart numbers or YouTube views. Matthew, your favorite rapper Drake proved this already. When Quincy Miller was exposed to be the master behind his pen. We haven't heard from that guy since. Not only did nobody know who this guy was at the time, and he didn't get the shine or the recognition for the classic songs that he helped put out through Drake. With your logic, you would try to strip that from him and say that was over a decade ago, though.
I'm that white guy.
If it wasn't for Meek Mill, no one would ever know.
Man, Meek Mill really started it, bro. He just went about the beat, bro.
Being a legend isn't about making it big, man. It's about making an impact that people remember, whether it's on the court, on the mic, or in the streets. Real ones don't need a brag. Their work speaks for itself. But Matthew's ass out here snitching on himself and flexing like he's done something monumental. Bruh is full of snow. I mean, shit, he full of shit. So after Matthew's dusty ass made that comment with his winter wonderland ass nose, out here building ski slopes and shit, Matthew's like Wi-Fi, forever looking for a line to connect. Allegedly. Curtis being the real one, clap back with no hesitation. Any other self-respecting man would.
A lot of the art form gets diluted, and then a lot of the news gets put in the hands of people who have no fucking business talking about it because they never made this shit a day in their life. You ain't never wrote no verse. You ain't never sat and engineered nothing. Shut up.
Let's be real, Matthew ain't just some random troll. He's a YouTube peer with a verified check. He easily stands out in the chat because of this check mark. And it's clear that he has a lot of time on his hands lately with the decline of his channel and all. But then came the real clown show. The host that goes by Friday decided to step in, not to tell Matthew to quit acting like a clout-chasing drama queen, but to tell Curtis to ignore him. His excuse was Matthew's one of us. He's Canadian.
Let's direct the attention away from What's the Third, and even from what you're saying to What's the Third, and salute to him because like. He's over here in Canada, like, that's my peoples, you know what I'm saying? That's my peoples, you know what I'm saying? That's my peoples, you know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm just fed the fuck up. I can't take another minute of this bullshit.
Bro, what kind of discount Drake unity is that? Who asked for the maple syrup loyalty? You invite a guest to your platform and then tell him to shut up while your boy plays keyboard warrior in the comments. That's like watching a dude get jumped and then telling him to stop hitting back because one of the attackers is from your hometown. The off-brand Canada dry logic is wild. That's not just unprofessional. That gives groupie energy. This is how you lose future guests to your platform. Letting Matthew fuck up your bag just because you guys are Canadian is a dumbass analogy.
So stupid.
And I'm only bringing up Canadian logic because Friday did. He said Matthew's one of us.
he's over here in Canada. Like, that's my peoples. You know what I'm saying?
What does Matthew's Britney Spears loving ass have to do with him being from Canada? How does that suddenly give him a pass to talk reckless to Curtis, but Curtis is the one that needs to chill? It doesn't make sense, man. For Friday to tell Curtis to chill without calling out Matthew for starting the drama in the first place was not only unfair, but shady as fuck. If you're gonna play referee, at least hand out flags to both teams. Tell both of them to chill out. And because of that little display of bias, the situation snowballed into an endless chain of reactions. Literally snowballed. And we'll come back to this Easter egg of a joke later. Because Matthew couldn't stop stirring the pot with every YouTuber he crossed paths with, people who knew him from back in the day started sliding into our DMs with some seriously wild stories about who he was before the whole YouTube thing. And just like every other sketchy influencer with a skeleton closet, his past came knocking loud as hell.
I'm that white guy.
I mean, he was going crazy on Twitter, on X, whatever the hell y'all call it. Curtis was saying stuff to Matthew. Matthew over here claiming that he's getting.
Let's
Curtis
talk about
was saying stuff to.
Dear What's the Dirk, pay your debts. It's getting spooky in my DMs. Holy shit. Man. Keep in mind, this man is literally still deflecting.
Over here
once again, airing out criminal activity. What criminal activity? Bro, stop it.
Snitched on.
Whoa, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. There's no way. Your narcissism thinks this is about your criminal activity. I don't want you in jail. I want you outside. Self-awareness would tell you this is a question of your character and old habits that haven't died off. A culture vulture in 2 industries.
Getting snitched on.
Oh,
and
shit.
Matthew over here acting like he.
Oh, shit.
Pablo Escobar.
Sorry, I gotta see this last one.
Getting snitched on.
You're literally getting yourself involved in another man's illicit affairs from 5 years ago. Nobody in hip-hop media except for you covered this story because they know that you don't do shit like this.
Matthew over here acting like he Pablo Escobar or some shit.
Like,
I'm that white guy.
So that led to Curtis King posting a video interviewing some of the people that Matthew fucked over.
About how much money would you estimate that he owes these farmers?
And from what I know for a fact, it's almost like a 36K. So I'm gonna say like in the 40s, probably, or something like that.
Apparently, What's the Dusty was in the cannabis business. He had a business called Cottontail Exotics, which he promoted on Instagram and Twitter.
Scammer.
Got a lot of people trying to drain me of this energy. I got enemies.
I thought
Got a lot of people trying to drain me of this energy. I got enemies. Like, a lot of them, apparently. It's just one big circle jerk.
Both of these accounts are still up. He's not in business anymore, but the old pages are still viewable. And that's not even the weird part, though. Who cares, right? I mean, that's pretty standard nowadays.
Literally.
This isn't 1988.
Come
the
on.
weed business is so normal at this point that nobody even blinks when someone opens another dispensary. Getting into the cannabis game is about as shocking as starting a YouTube channel. Everybody's doing it. You could literally walk into a store and purchase some tree. It's a common trade. All you really need is a cannabis license to sell, which, by the way, is easier to get than a driver's license. Honestly, at this point, it's probably harder to get into a nightclub than into the weed business. So the real shocker isn't the weed business hustle at all. Nah, that's not the wild part. Nah, the wild part is Matthew's dust bunny ass got ran out of town by a bunch of blue-collar families after they caught him stealing right under their noses.
I'm that white guy.
So what he would do is he would go there and be like, look, I want to give you this price. I can give you more. I can help you sell all your stuff. This, that. Can you just front it to me? So he pays nothing. He gets the product, and then he'll move it and then pay them afterwards. He never paid for it. He didn't pay me. And then the other guy was like, oh shit, he didn't pay me. And then they all started talking within themselves, being like, oh, he owes like 6 of us. And then he had to come out and do the apology tour.
Allegedly, this dude swiped up to $50,000. Yeah, you heard that right. Stole $50,000. And if that wasn't scummy enough, Matthew scammed a grower
That's
who also
weird.
happens to...
That's not even, bro. Like you can't even act like this was like a hustle thing. Like no, you're literally just being a grimy individual. That's so weird. That is so
father
weird, bro.
of a child with autism. He scammed him out of thousands of dollars, $17,000 allegedly.
But I got a
I was told that one of them was a father of a child that has autism.
One of the dudes that he actually is one of the people that
What
got
a piece of
hit
shit.
one of the hardest was actually a guy
What
that
a
has
piece
a
of shit.
child with autism, like really trying to get his money back. And he's like, look, I have a hard life myself, and I got bailed, and I got somebody to take care of with special needs, and that is a fact. He took money, and I was in the upwards. I was one of the 17K.
Matthew, how could you terrible weasel? How could you do that?
I'm that white guy.
This father are already dealing with significant personal and financial challenges and was convinced by Matthew to front products with the promise of repayment, allegedly. However, Matthew never repaid the money, leaving the father in a difficult situation. So apparently Matthew's idea of a business plan is just stealing shit and hoping nobody notices, allegedly.
See, he's doing this in Canada. I don't even have to like really talk about it for real. Even niggas like J. Cole, you can clearly hear stories of people who ran off on niggas with weed and ended up dead. But this Canadian nigga thinks he's so hard because he's running off with product and getting no consequences. That doesn't make you hard. You're just weird and a scumbag. Like, that shit is
I mean,
insane.
it's not hard to believe. He did the same shit with his YouTube channel. Stole ideas and people's hard work and made it his own.
Wash, rinse, and repeat.
The way that you could really tell that he stole content versus his true content, when he dropped his Family Matters breakdown and it was so out of touch and you could tell that was his genuine perception, that's when you knew. You knew that this man was definitely taking from other people's content.
That was literally the point he lost me. Like, I was like, okay, you can't catch everything with a Kendrick breakdown. He did a decent job with Euphoria. But then, with Family Matters, I was like, ugh, no. I just kept saying no. Like, no, I'm not fucking with that take. Like, what? I kept on saying, reach. That's a reach. Come on now. Like, I was like, come on.
And then if it didn't get any worse,
he admits that what he did was essentially a Ponzi scheme.
He did this from his What's the Dirt account? This is him. He says, what happens with Cottontail sits horribly with me. It was a great up-and-coming business, but I destroyed it with my ego, as well as all of the people that are old. So he's admitting this from his own account. The person that hit him up said, that and
there's another reason you can tell. Bro, like, he's just little... Nigga's not smart at all, bro. Leaving receipts and everything, admitting to the shit that he did, bro. He doesn't...
running a Ponzi scheme. I did your numbers at one point.
If you know, you know. It said
from
no,
the info I was given. He said, yeah, I was running a Ponzi scheme. You fucking idiot.
This dude's an idiot. He thinks he's
literally.
this guy, and
like,
he
what the
moves like
fuck?
a stupid game goofy crook. Like, you don't even do shit right. You don't even know how to be a criminal. You look silly. You look dumb.
I'm that white guy.
You weren't profiting. You were robbing Peter to pay Paul. I would say after I get this pack, I can pay the other guy. And it just spiraled out of control.
How shameless do you have to be to confess that you're ripping off new victims just to pay off the old?
Like, I know everybody doesn't grow up watching TV, but this just literally seems like one of those examples where, like, a fucking 10-year-old or a fucking 8, someone younger than a grown-ass fucking man with kids talking about, oh, I had one lie, and then I just did the other lie, and it just spiraled out of control. And literally, the fucking kid example in the TV show that is shown time and time after again is it's better to just tell the truth than let the lie spiral out of control. But you, as a grown-ass man... Oh, this makes me upset.
This guy isn't just a fraud. He's the kind of dirtbag who would sell you a parachute with holes in it and still sleep fine at night, knowing that you're taking that trip with that parachute. just so he's able to get some money. This dude conned innocent people and then ran off like a coward. Allegedly took their products, never paid them back, and took more products from others to pay back the old victims. And eventually screwed them all over. He screwed every single one of them over, allegedly. Hey, and if you guys are lost, I know this shit is confusing. Like how Matthew says Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar is who he is as an artist because he's Kendrick Lamar.
Just confusing as hell. So ever since this Duz Bunny got exposed by these families, who by the way came with receipts in the form of videos and voice notes from Matthew.
You know, buddy, at the end of the day, you'll get back every dime you ever put into me, basically, right? You know what I mean? Would never spook off or run off. I've heard tales of people doing that. Not much at all.
Piece of shit.
Never had to worry about anything like that, or me breaking communication.
Piece
Always
of
maintain
shit.
the dialogue with you guys and be honest with you, right?
What
So,
a piece of shit.
Just wanted to say that and thank you. Like this whole cuffing thing
This
definitely
dumb
keeps
ass,
me up
bro,
at-
you would
keeps me up at night.
die.
I think I'm getting
You
more
would
gray
literally
hairs
die
than
if you
I
were
should
here.
be at my age, but
He's been out here acting like he couldn't care less. Instead of owning up, this clown decides to spin some bullshit-ass narrative about Curtis being a snitch and a rat for calling out his
Criminal
quote-unquote
activity.
black market drug dealings.
He wants to
His
act
words,
hard.
by the way.
I'm that white guy.
Shut the fuck up, Matthew, you dumbass.
Black
You
market.
really out here snitching on himself and doesn't even realize it. Fake, by the way. And whoever believes this shit is just as pathetic as his tweets trying to be hood, trying to act
Like,
hard.
bro, come
Nobody, not a soul
Not
even
believe-
said he was out here selling illegal drugs. That was all him.
They are all family men. Like, they're all family men. They're all trying to provide or at least make an extra income. And this is not like this, like she just said, a Wild West thing. It's all crimes. This is just not that. We're all just trying to make a buck and be decent people.
This man act like we said he was pushing Coca-Cola. Calm down, Powder Puff Girl. We haven't even got to those allegations yet. Curtis just exposed him for being a broke
There's
ass
more.
scammer. Suddenly, Matthew's on X tweeting about snitches and rats. Like he's auditioning for a
Snitches and
low-budget
rats.
gangster movie. Like he's White Boy Rick or something. Nobody even accused you of selling illegal anything. You dumbass. The only crime here is you scamming families. And if anyone is a snitch,
Yeah, like,
it's your
that's so
stupid
low.
ass. You straight up dry snitched on yourself trying to sound hard. Like, who does that? Really?
Like, that's right
who
above
gets on the
50, I'm not
internet
gonna
and
lie, that's
openly
low
admits
shit,
to selling
scamming
through the
families.
black market where actual cops and police can see it? The cops would be able to see your admission and use that against you. You did that. You literally provided that information for no reason for the world to see. And then expect us to take them tweets seriously? Bruh, you're not street, you're just a dumbass tweeting. And let's not forget, this dude's out here claiming he hit licks. Like he's some kind of street legend.
You hit a few licks. Aren't you from the West Coast? It's a cutthroat business. I got scam lots. You hit a lick. Boy, shut up.
Again, snitching on himself. Straight.
You hit a lick. Boy, shut up.
Views down? My latest video got 80K. The last time you had a bigger video than that was 5 months ago. And that video was about me. Nobody's views are the same.
Again,
Whatever,
snitching
bro.
on himself. Straight up
what
said
the
it
fuck?
in front of everybody. Thinking he would get cool points or some shit.
I'm that white guy.
The fact that he tries to say that, you know, oh, it's a snitch or it's a cutthroat business, not saying that it's an easy business, but our community, you know, will blacklist people that try to scam people or steal from people. It's not like we just go around like the Wild West out here and just rob people. He's not hitting licks. He's taking from people who are hardworking farmers that are just trying to feed their children.
Bruh, first of all, hitting a lick is when you run up with a mask and a yapper. A
Come
blicky.
on.
Yeah, bitch, give me everything in your fucking pot. Not when you scam suburban families with a smile.
that's
Steal the
scam.
product behind their backs. Not in their faces, by the way.
Yeah.
Real cowardly.
Cowardly.
You didn't grab and
Bitch
go.
nigga
You didn't
shit.
snatch and run. You gained their trust and stole silently. And then proceeded to apologize. And then dipped
And then
out because
still
no one in your
steal.
small town fucks with you anymore. That's not hitting licks. You're not hitting licks, Matthew. Stop it. Stop it. You allegedly known for hitting them lines, though. By the way, there's no such thing as snitching on people who steals from their own people. Y'all reveal dweeb and the dork within yourself
No snitch.
when you imply dumbass shit like that. But if someone steals from their
Man,
own
say it
set
again,
or
bro. Say it again.
steals from their own people. By the way, there's no such thing as snitching on people who steals from their own people.
bro.
Y'all reveal dweeb and the dork within yourself when you imply dumbass shit like that. But if someone steals from their own set or gang or neighborhood in general, they get ran out and packed out. You're a snake in tall grass. Hiding your own, you turned yourself into an op. That's what you are now, an op to the people, to your own people. Bro. And then we let other people know what it is. Hey, bro, don't mess with Matt. He a snake. He stole from so-and-so. Hey, man, don't mess with bro. He bad business.
Literally,
hey, bro, he no good. Don't fuck with him. He a snake. We warn people. This
Literally,
man trying to infiltrate the culture and change the narrative to fit his own. Bruh, snitching is when you go directly to the police, Matthew. You and your stupid fucking audience, who are all just like you, by the way, squares and wannabes, they're the only group that agrees with you. They're literally just like you. A wannabe. A snitch is literally only a snitch when they go to the police. The police wasn't called, Matthew, you dumbass. There's no paperwork involved, Matthew, you dumbass. No arrests were made, Matthew. Dumbass.
I'm that white guy.
This dude really thought he was doing something. Bragging about hitting licks and pushing weed like we're supposed to be impressed. Bruh, cannabis has been legal in Canada since 2018. You ain't Griselda Blanco. You're a DoorDash driver for weed at best. Uber Eats. Fucking Postmates. He think he Tommy from Power or something. Sit the fuck down somewhere, Matthew. Street shit. You wouldn't last 5 minutes in the actual streets.
No, he would not.
You barely can last on YouTube. How the fuck would you last in these streets? You get punked on YouTube every other day, man. You is not lasting in no streets. You can't even last digitally. You can't last virtually. How you gonna last in the streets? And the people you scammed weren't even street. They were legit, hardworking business owners who you allegedly swindled under the table. It's not snitching when you expose a thief. It's doing the neighborhood a favor. It's looking out for the set, the gang, the neighbors. It's cleaned up within house, not calling the police, but taking the trash out ourselves, which is what these videos are doing. We cleaning up our space, exposing the scum that you are. We doing the same way right now. We running you out of this neighborhood. Take that shit somewhere else, Matthew. And judging by how fast his own neighborhood ran him out, it seems like they would agree with me. But instead of facing the music, this dust bug is still out here deflecting, trying to act hard when he's softer than wet tissue.
I'm that white guy.
Honestly, watching him try to act like a gangster is more embarrassing than this clip.
So, yeah, the culture had already evicted, Drake, Aubrey Graham from hip-hop.
Yeah, no, I agree,
It
bro.
was just a mouthpiece for the culture.
He packaged it all together. And,
yeah, all right. Can you shut the fuck up? Can you shut the fuck up? Can you shut the fuck up? Can you shut the fuck up?
Huge difference in
boy.
respecting a woman.
Good fucking dog.
And respecting a bitch. Like, they're two different things. Like, if you act like a bitch, you're gonna get treated like a bitch.
Can you shut the fuck up?
This bruh had the nerve to use words like rat and snitch, thinking it's gonna confuse people and make Curtis look bad. Matthew thinks that using hip-hop lingo is gonna distract from the fact that he's just a suburban scammer with delusions of being a thug. We get it, Matthew. You study rap battles for a living.
I study rap battles for a living.
That doesn't change the fact that real G's don't tweet about their crimes. Who the fuck self-incriminates themselves? You fucking dork. Just giving information away for no reason. You giving that undercover cop vibe. You a fed at this point. It's actually hilarious how hard he's trying to blend in with hip-hop, not realizing how racist and prejudiced and fake he comes off. Just saying stereotypical shit. Matthew ain't hitting real licks and he ain't pushing real weight. The only thing he's hitting is rock bottom, and the only thing he's pushing is his luck. Meanwhile, these farmers and families are just out here waiting to get their money back, while Matthew's just planning vacations to Jamaica with his new fans' donation money, allegedly.
He's getting donations from people because I guess one video, he couldn't make money from. I'm not sure the specifics, but he was asking for donations. But it was brought to other people's attention that he went on a vacation to Jamaica.
Bro, a week later,
I think he even posted it on his Instagram page. On What's the Dirt.
Ends up for 2 weeks in Jamaica with the money that they gave him because he's like, I need to pay my bills and this and that.
Imagine being so broke and shameless that you got a scam to go on vacation. That's wild. Matthew, you over here really scamming your fans now? How messed up can you get, Matthew? Pay that father back. He has an autistic child and you stole from their plates, allegedly. Yeah. Stealing from those chill hippie
Plus
cannabis
interest.
club owners. Seriously, Matthew?
Plus
Those are like the
inflation.
nicest kind of white people you could ever meet. Always vibing, minding their business, spreading good energy, and you took advantage of them. That's low. That's fucked up. You might as well steal from old people and children. And apparently this man is so trash with money, he got caught on tape talking about buying a damn watch. Not even doing a giveaway to save face since he stole money from his fans, asking for donations and shit. He wanted a watch to look like a rapper. Your priorities are all messed up, Matt.
I've been bringing in some good money lately. I'm gonna start acting like a rapper who just got fucking signed and got a check. Like, I'm ready to get a watch, bro. I gotta get something nice. And I'm looking at these Monta watches. They're not that too bad. Like, they're like $3-4 grand for like a watch that is a Swiss watch.
But
and
I'm poor. I need
like
to
a
feed my family.
Submariner.
Like,
pretty much.
All right, now we get to the funniest part of the situation. All those jabs about dust bunnies and snowballs and all that crazy shit I was saying. Finding out that Matthew has been out here allegedly doing nose beers.
This is his words. He used to lure growers into giving them packs in consignment. You confirm that. He ripped off a grower I know for $17,500 and even have the video on Signal to prove it. LOL, this scumbag ripped off multiple other growers. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the biggest bag of trash in cannabis. Good old Matt. Do more nose beers, you clown. What is a nose beer?
Call him nose beers. Everybody knows he's a fucking cokehead.
Cotton rails.
I'm that white guy.
I guess that's Canadian slang. I never
knows.
heard of that.
I've never heard of a nose beer, bro.
Matthew's nose is turned the fuck up. Matthew's nose is the life of the party, taking shots and shit. Allegedly. This man's been stealing from families, running his mouth like he's some kind of mob boss, all while he's been out here snorting the devil's pixie dust. Allegedly. You can't make this shit up. He on that Elsa and Anna, that let it go. He out here building snowmans, calling them Olaf and shit. Matthew out here playing with his nose and have the audacity to think he's better than anyone. It's honestly hilarious imagining him try to act all tough, all while he's got the booger sugar hanging out, allegedly doing his Coca-Cola rants and his crash outs. No wonder he's out here making the dumbest decisions possible. Counting 37 niggas sound like some high-ass shit. He ain't thinking rationally. He's too busy up like the house on Disney. He's just flying up there.
I'm that white guy.
Matthew, you not just a bad person. You a disgrace.
Sorry, y'all.
You lied. You're a liar. You cheated and stole your way to a YouTube platform. Allegedly scamming hardworking families out of $50,000 isn't just a mistake. It's evil. Sad. These were people, real people with real lives.
Keep on
You
sneezing,
tore them
y'all.
apart just to fund your pathetic ego trips. A real man would own up to that. But instead, you ran off, leaving behind a trail of broken promises and shattered trust. You didn't pay back a single cent. You didn't try to make things right. You used it to fund a vacation to Jamaica, flexing about it on social media platforms like the fraud that you wore. Your fans thought they were supporting a creator with integrity, but all they were really doing was sponsoring.
It's crazy because I was subscribed to him. I don't know when this most recent one is, but I remember when he first did it and the video got subscribed. He's like, I just hate being the one to beg. I don't want to do this, but I got to do this because I have a family, y'all. I would appreciate any donation, but I completely understand if you don't. And it raised a red flag when he was doing it because it just gave off liar, like you being a little bit too dramatic with this. And for him to still, like, not even like less than a year later, still consistently ask his fans on top of the ad revenue that he's getting, which when you have... Now, it depends on where you live, but he lives in Canada. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like their economy is pretty good over there. I feel like even with like 100K subscribers, if you like upload right, you can make a good amount of bread. So he has 300K on top of memberships, on top of all of that, and he's still asking people for money. It looks a little bit weird. It makes me side-eye you just a little bit. Now, of course, if you had like, it's different like being like a 300K subscriber channel that posts like once a month and it's like a big video and then that big video for that month gets demonetized. That's a little bit different. But with What's the Dirt, it's like, I don't know, dog. Seemed a little weird, a little bit weird to me, just saying.
cowardly lifestyle.
But
You
now it
didn't just scam
seems
the farmers,
just
Matthew.
shows.
You scammed your fans too, treating your subscribers like ATMs, milking them for
Bro,
donations while you
facts.
dodge your debts. What kind of man doesn't
Man.
pay back his debts? That's not a man. That's pathetic. Then there's the prejudice
It is
remarks that you dropped on your channel. The whole reason why me and you are even going at it to this day, because I called your stupid ass out on it.
And
you
you
did
still
that to
won't
yourself.
admit to
You
it.
didn't think people like me wouldn't drag you for it. You did all this all while trying to imitate the hip hop community with words like snitch and rat, as if that would make you seem hard. But the joke's on you. You literally told on yourself about selling weed illegally. No one even accused
No
you of
one
that.
accused
You
you of
outed
shit.
yourself trying to sound cool. You're so out of touch, you don't even realize how transparent you're.
Yeah, it's like the inability to read the room for some people, and you gotta understand like the way that I've, you know what I'm saying, I've just grown to understand that like certain people just don't have that type of environment, so they didn't grow up with the need to have to read the room in order to like navigate through life. So it's not as automatic for them to sit back and be like, let's see how this looks to other people. Will this actually come off the way I am intending it to come off? Or will I look like a weirdo? Some people don't have that thought process before they do stuff. They just do shit and think it's going to end up in the way that it's in their head, not thinking other people have other perspectives and stuff. It's just shit like
I'm
that.
not falling for it. I ain't your dumbass followers. I know you didn't tweet out that you really were a criminal. That's a lie. That was your tactic of forming a narrative. Ain't nobody that dumb. You ain't got to be street to know that. No one's that stupid to go on a social media platform and admit that they did illegal activity. You did that shit on purpose, knowing how slow and how stupid your fan base is. You want to be accepted so damn bad, it's crazy. Your YouTube channel is dying for a reason. It's not the algorithm or bad luck, it's you. People see through the lies, the fake persona, the clout chasing, fake apologies, because you go on these little apology tours a lot, whether it's with the farmers or in the hip hop community. You're always acting defeated and sounding all sad,
none of that
apologizing and wanting to act like you're just this sad guy for people to feel bad and feel sorry and try to save you type shit. Always putting on a victim front. You're only tricking a certain type of group of people. You're not tricking us. Everyone's tired of the empty apologies, the deflections, the way you refuse to take responsibility for anything. You are a con artist who lies have finally caught up to him. And all you have left is a crumbling channel and a reputation that is so stained that no amount of fake apologies will ever clean it. The only lines you need to stick to is the ones you can't talk about, allegedly.
Video. Yes, I'm glad I watched that. Oh my gosh, you said everything that I at any, you know what I'm saying? Anything that I needed to say about that, like what's needed to be said doesn't need to be said, but he really broke that shit down to like be like, hey bro, if you can't see why you were tripping and why we clearly see you're tripping, you just can't look at yourself. Like obviously, I doubt he's gonna look at this whole video and actually take it seriously, because some people just, they really just don't have that ability to be able to think, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I should admit I'm wrong in this situation. It's sad, but that's just the reality of some people, dog. But yeah, he's just gonna keep on going downhill, and this has just stained his career even more. Like I wouldn't have even known about this if he ain't bring it back up, but now a lot of us know about it too, and it just makes it look worse on you. If I'm accidentally still subscribed to him, I think I might unsubscribe just in case, because I have no desire to look at What's the Dirt's content anymore. Like, any respect I had for him, any type of like thing saying like, oh, maybe he's not too inclined, but at least he had good takes. Oh, those weren't even his takes. He took those for other people and used them as his. And it just shows the history and how certain people's character actually is. And he is not an original creator. He is not authentic. He will use his audience to his advantage any chance he gets. So there is no reason to support a creator like that, because he is not doing shit out of his own version. He's literally taking other people's artists and actually presenting it as their own. Like with me, I'm reacting, so I literally put the creator's name in the title of the video so that anybody who watches my reaction can look up the creator's own video and all their other content. It's transformative. But when you like actually make a whole video and be like, no, this was my take from my mind, that's different. That is completely stealing. Like even when I have like a similar take, I've started to like certain creators like Read My Soul, who like I feel like have a mostly similar take on certain ends of hip hop. I'll, instead of just trying to transform the certain take, because our takes are similar, I'll just react to his take so y'all can understand. Like, yeah, I pretty much agree with him. I pretty much agree with him. That's all, you know what I'm saying? And ain't too much else I gotta say, because that's how certain shit should go. But yeah, what's the dirt? Unless he like really takes some self-reflecting, which I said this shit about Drake. These are certain people who like you say they have to go the certain way, but I just doubt it's gonna happen. What's the dirt? Unless he does some self-reflecting, unless he actually realizes where he's tripping, takes some responsibility, accountability, he will continue to go downhill, and that's just the way it is. But that's my shit, you know what I'm saying? Shout out deleted, keep on going up. If y'all like the video, like it, subscribe if you're new, because all we do is chill over here. And with that being said, y'all be great, y'all be safe, keep getting to that bag, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Peace.